Nicole Kidman has made her first public appearance since her split from Keith Urban.
We've been through a lot together.
We've got a timeline for it now, and the time is it's now.
After divorce, Nicole Kidman completely exposes Keith Urban. For nearly 20 years, Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban were hailed as the ultimate Hollywood Nashville fairy tale. An Oscar-winning queen and a country music titan, they seem to have beaten the impossible odds of fame and addiction. But the golden image has shattered. Court documents now reveal that Nicole has filed for divorce after 19 years, and the fallout is anything but quiet. From Keith's ringless, lyrically altered performances to Nicole's side of the story finally emerging, the perfect couple is no more. Today at Prestige Buzz, we're taking a deep look at what truly made them admired and the heartbreaking reality that led to the end of an icon. Nicole, the shy dreamer turned Hollywood royalty. Nicole Mary Kidman's story began far from the red carpet. Born in 1967 to Australian parents in Hawaii, she grew up in Sydney in a household defined by discipline. Young Nicole was painfully shy, often blushing so intensely in class that teachers worried for her. She found her voice in the only place she felt safe, the stage. By her teens, she was a standout in the blossoming Australian film industry. But it was her move to Hollywood that changed everything. There, she met Tom Cruise. Their 1990 marriage made them the world's most photographed couple, but it came with a heavy price. The shadow of Scientology and the eventual 2001 divorce left Nicole devastated not just by the split, but by the loss of primary custody of her children, Isabella and Connor. This wound defined her. When she later met Keith, she wasn't just looking for a husband, she was looking to rebuild the dream of home that had been stripped away. Keith, the troubled soul with a guitar. Keith Urban, born the same year as Nicole in New Zealand, was a restless spirit from the start. Raised in Queensland, Australia, Keith's life was fueled by country music, a genre that offered him therapy for a home life marked by financial tension. By his 20s, Keith was a prodigy with a dark side. While he moved to Nashville to chase stardom, he was also chasing demons. By the time he met Nicole in 2005, he was already cycling in and out of rehab. He was a man who had reached the top of the charts but lived in constant fear that his addictions would burn his world down. A volatile chemistry, when worlds collide. On paper, they were opposites, Hollywood prestige meets Nashville grit. But they were bound by their baggage. Nicole bore the scars of a lost family, Keith carried the volatility of a man who couldn't stop self-sabotaging. They met in January 2005 at the Day USA Gala. Nicole was fresh from the trauma of her first marriage and saw in Keith a raw, unpolished passion that Tom Cruise lacked. To Keith, Nicole was elegance and stability personified. They married in June 2006 in a candlelight ceremony in Sydney. It looked like a happy ending, but the reality was a wake-up call. The first cracks in the savior complex. Only 4 months after saying I do, Keith checked back into rehab. Nicole, instead of fleeing, chose loyalty. She spent her honeymoon phase in crisis mode, becoming Keith's protector and healer. For the next decade, they curated an image of resilience. They welcomed 2 daughters, Sunday Rose and Faith Margaret, and implemented a 2-week rule to never be apart. But behind the scenes, the dynamic was draining. Nicole, scarred by her past, was perhaps too controlling in her search for stability. Keith, meanwhile, began to resent being her project. He wanted to be an equal, not a man constantly being monitored for a relapse. The 2025 breaking point. As the 2020s began, the together but apart rumors intensified. By the summer of 2025, the facade finally crumbled. There was no single explosive scandal, just the slow, painful realization that they were no longer sustaining each other. Nicole filed for divorce in September 2025 in Davidson County, Tennessee, citing irreconcilable differences. She requested primary residential custody of their daughters, a move intended to prevent the heartbreak she experienced with her first 2 children. The concert that said everything. If Nicole's filing was quiet, Keith's response was a roar. Days after the news broke, Keith took the stage for his High and Alive tour in Pennsylvania. The changes were jarring. No wedding ring, his left hand was bare for the first time in 2 decades. Altered lyrics, during You'll Think of Me, he changed the line to Take Your Unreasonable Reasons, widely seen as a jab at Nicole's filing. The erasure, he completely dropped the fighter, the song famously written about his promise to protect Nicole. While Keith poured his heartbreak into electric, weeping performances, Nicole has retreated into the sanctuary of her work and her daughters. The end of an era. The perfect love story has been unmasked. It was a 19-year struggle between a woman trying to save a family and a man trying to save himself. As Nicole focuses on self-preservation and Keith finds solace in his music, the world is left watching the final notes of a once beautiful duet. What do you think about the end of Nicole and Keith? Was the savior dynamic always destined to fail? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to like this video, subscribe to Prestige Buzz, and hit that bell notification so you never miss a breakdown of Hollywood's biggest stories. Thanks for watching. To see more, click the video on your screen now.